Welcome back to the pack. It's Alvo TheWolfeCraze. Today we got another kind of update review for Alvo VR by Mardonpol, and I skipped kind of the last one. I mean, it was technically an update. It was 1.4 or 1.2.45, but it was mostly just about the zombie update. We're gonna get to that. We're going to review it a little bit, but what's more important is the information related to the crossplay and what's coming in the near future. So stick around and we'll get talking about it. All right, so to start, I didn't review the other update because it was significant but not substantial, but we'll do a real quick review of it. If you guys want to check out my other updates, that's where I also review the Quest 1.2.4 update, which went over a lot of new user interface updates and some balancing issues that were kind of plaguing some of the game modes, and definitely go check it out. Good review. But let's get to the more recent stuff. Let's talk about the update in April. On April 15th, essentially the zombie build for Quest 2 was released. It's update 1.2.45. Now this kind of turned the PSVR community off a little bit. They were a little confused as to why the zombie build went to the Quest 2 version first and the PSVR didn't get it. They felt like they were being left behind. Truth be told, it's just easier. It was easier to get the zombies build over to the Quest because, well, it's a much quicker port, but some apologies were given, and the PSVR community was assured that the zombie build, along with all the updates that took place on the Quest platform, were going to be transferred to the PSVR. And this is exactly what ended up happening, but let's continue down the timeline. 3 days later, on the 18th of April, Steve, CLT, if you don't know who that is, he is the primary financer of Alvo. When Alvo had died back in 2018 or so, end of 2017, early 2018, he had financed the title, so he brought it back to life essentially. So when he reports something or says something and it's going to happen, he says it's going to happen, it's likely going to happen. So an announcement by him was critical, and I will read it verbatim. Current hard goals, all zombie dual wield and other updates now on Quest will move to PSVR. Number 2, state of crossplay from PSVR and Quest 2 with a new dojo map. That's another goal. And number 3, all updates plus crossplay going forward. Sorry to any PSVR players feeling left behind. We hear you and we'll make it right. Alvo Army Unite. We'll talk a little bit about that. Number 1, all zombie dual wield and other updates from Quest to PSVR did happen, particularly in the most recent update. We'll go over that. Number 2, crossplay is still in the works. A few things are required. We're going to talk about that and why crossplay has not happened yet, but how the trajectory is looking towards crossplay. That is in the more recent update. The new dojo map, not out yet. Instead, what was released was the retreat map, previously known as Spa. So we didn't quite get dojo, but it is being finalized. I mean, it was pretty final before, but there were a few kinks and quirks that needed to be fixed. So that is a change that's being made, and hopefully we will get dojo soon. And all updates with crossplay moving forward will apply to both platforms, which is going to be necessary for crossplay. So on May 3rd of this year, the Alvo team brought on a new community manager. His name is Elliot Tate. He has worked in on some other titles, but in particular what he is known for is the more recent Zenith, which is the MMORPG that was released across multiple platforms, including PSVR. He was also pivotal in the community management of Audica and Synth Riders. And I think he was also, if I remember correctly, and he didn't state in here in his hello statement, that he was involved with Beat Saber and also the Beat Saber mod community he was a very prominent figure over there, from what I recall in speaking with him. So you might know the name Elliot Tate, and he is a welcome addition to the team. So be sure to give him a hello directly. Just shout him out in Discord and say what's up. Thank you for being here and welcome to the Alvo Army. So a significant time later, closer to today's date, which is actually May 31st, so we're at the end of the month. Sean had released on May 21st another update. Hey Alvo, to update you on our current progress, we are aiming to have another patch on both PSVR and Quest within the next week. The PSVR update will include all the things that we talked about before that were on the Quest, which include zombies, dual wield weapons, or move controllers only, not the aim controller, an updated layout of the factory map, and one new map. Notice how here it didn't discuss the dojo map, and for good reason. However, it also didn't name the map, so people were kind of scratching their heads wondering what map it was going to be. For Quest 2, they now have, or will be getting by this time, the desert variants, the night and day map of desert. Now this was a huge undertaking that required a lot of not really reworking, but re-optimizing specifically for the Quest platform, plus the new map. And what this is going to do is bring both platforms to the same build and make crossplay a feasible and plausible option in the near future. Scroll down a little bit, we get a little teaser of what that new map is going to be, and here Elliot points out it is Retreat. Now this was previously known in prior discussions in Discord as Spa. That was its code name, but it was changed from Spa to Retreat, which I think is a fair name. I might accidentally slip up and call it Spa or even Resort, because sometimes it was called Resort. But anyway, so Retreat is a new map instead of Dojo, and this was actually worked on prior to Dojo, so I'm happy to see it come out. It was a long work in progress, but it's finally nice to actually play it in the game as opposed to a walkable build. So I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Really fun map. It's really good for search and destroy and TDM. Free for all, I was just watching someone play free for all today in Retreat, and it looks like they were having a lot of fun. So yeah, just hop on in there and tell us what you think in the Discord. So one day later, Elliot also throws out a new video, and this one is to showcase Desert Day and Night, and this is specifically for the Quest players, because up to this point, since Quest release, which seems like it was a long time ago, they have not had Desert, whereas the PSVR platform has had the luxury and privilege to play Desert from day one. So this is a very welcome addition for the Quest platform, along with Retreat. So technically Quest is getting 3 new maps, whereas PSVR platform is only getting 1 new map. But the nice thing about PSVR is that they're also getting the updates to the factory map, which they already have access to, but it's a previous version. So now they're getting the Quest version, which has some updates, which include some layout rearrangements and some more protection up on the catwalks. If you haven't checked it out yet, go test it, go play it, and see what you think, and let us know in the Discord. A day later, on May 26th, the update finally dropped, and this was for both platforms simultaneously. I'm going to read it verbatim here. Hope you're ready, because it's a big one. Today's update, still hot off the press. Come on, Elliot. That's nice. Features a new map Retreat for both PSVR and Quest, and the previous PSVR exclusive Desert for Quest. This is the day and night. Zombies for PSVR, dual wield, and our hybrid manual reload to PSVR. Numerous bug fixes for both systems. New search and destroy locations on all maps, and finally matches the feature set between the Oculus Quest and PSVR versions of the game. It's the most important step yet towards adding crossplay, and we're excited to open the player base wide open this way soon. There's a little point in here that I would like to emphasize, and that is the addition of search and destroy spawn points for the sites A and B across all maps. Before, you had static positions for sites A and B, and you can build your strategy, whether attacking or defending, around those spawn points. Last time I actually played Search and Destroy, which was fairly recently, I experienced a change up in the spawn locations for the sites A and B, and it threw me for a loop. I had no idea how to attack it, had no idea how to defend it, and it felt good. I was excited. So go in there, test it out yourself. The mode is getting more and more exciting as these updates come out. You should test it out. Let us know in the Discord. And finally, 2 days later, on May 28th, there's a Quest hotfix update patch. I don't know what you would want to call it, but it's been titled here by Elliot that it is Quest 2 hotfix. I'm going to read this verbatim, even though you could probably read it yourself, but a few things to point out here that are critical. A hotfix for Quest players is now live to fix an issue on Factory where assets would disappear when moving around the map. This should also improve stability, as we also got reports that the game was crashing when playing on Factory. Lastly, we fixed an issue with certain shadows not rendering correctly on Retreat. So the second paragraph is kind of uninformative. All it's telling you is that there's a new reporting system in place. Please go over to the Discord, check that out, and report accordingly per this new reporting system. The factory assets that were disappearing, this is what's called an LOD issue, when things either pop into the scene while you're in a different position on the map, or they just straight up disappear, or they change. As a player moves around a map, essentially the program has to render out the highest quality per the distance between the player and the asset. So let's say the player in the tree, the further away you are, the fewer details, the closer you are, the more details. This is important for processing and rendering and saving power, essentially, to ensure that the entire map can be processed at once and you can see everything from one corner to the other without killing the performance. So if you see these issues and they're very prominent and it's kind of throwing you off and messing you up, you got to report it. Make sure you let the team know. And this was happening on Desert a lot, so a lot of optimization was put into play to make sure that Desert ran smoothly, both the day and night variants. Factory was having a few of those issues. I personally did not see them, but then again, I was just playing for fun. I wasn't playing to test when it was released, but some people did report it, so good on you for reporting it. It looks like it got fixed. And then there's also some shadowing issues over on Retreat. You can actually see it in the video that we're going to look at of Retreat, and it honestly wasn't really too noticeable unless you were paying attention to it. It didn't throw you off. It didn't affect your gameplay at all, but it is one of those things where the map you want to feel immersed in. So little things that stand out at some point to you will ruin the immersion. So it's important to report them anyway, no matter how small they are. That being said, why don't we check out the trailer for the newly released map, Retreat. And that's going to be it for me today on this Alvo update. Sorry it was a little late. Hopefully in the next update I will be able to get it out to you sooner. I did try recording this before and I kind of messed up the audio, so I had to do it again. I was hoping to get it out last night, but instead I'm going to have to put it out tonight. But hopefully you tuned in, hopefully you checked it out. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. And until then, peace.